everyone. Welcome to the Babble, or otherwise known as Holy Babble. Today's topic is called the Montgomery, Alabama Riverboat Buzzkill. So I've been listening to a lot of videos and waiting for somebody to bring this up, and haven't really heard anybody really bring it up. So I said, okay, this is bothering me enough. I got to say something about it. So I remember exactly where I was when the story broke. I was watching TV at work, or not. I was working, but the TV was on. Anyway, I remember them breaking the story, and something about the story didn't sound right. Like they were leaving out a lot of details. You know, they didn't mention color or anything, but you felt like it was a racial thing. And I remember wanting to know more about the story, so I Googled it. And sure enough, you know how you're like, I knew it. I knew it had to be between a black guy and some white folks. I just knew some of the story wasn't right. And I read a newspaper article, and they were very detailed. You can tell some black folks wrote that article because they were keeping it real. So it wasn't. That was Sunday morning, and it wasn't until that Monday night that the video started coming out. And that's when you're like, oh, wow, it's going to be a late night. I'm going to be watching videos all night. And it was so funny because here in South Carolina, school was starting that Tuesday morning. So the story broke Monday night. I know everybody was up watching that late, knowing school was the next day, first day of school. But I will say, after watching, here we are. This is today is Tuesday, about a week after this broke. It's been very refreshing watching all the videos and seeing some white people just calling a spade, just saying, yes, this was wrong. These people got what they deserved. Anybody saying they didn't deserve it, or the poor white lady, like she's a damsel in distress, and she's a Southern belle. No, this lady, you jumped into a fight with angry black men, okay? You didn't try to pull I've seen one or two parts where they tried to pull their husband out, but basically they got in, they were throwing blows too. So to me, when you get in a fight with Godzilla and stuff, you can't say, hey, easy, Anyway, so it's just been nice to hear those white folks call it what it is. So that was nice to hear, because black folks, we already knew what it was. We already knew what it was, and other people of color, so it was just nice to hear other people just call it what it was. But a lot of us are still slowly falling back to earth after a four-day high from this Montgomery, Alabama riverfront riverboat incident. But now that we have landed, it's time that we had a little talk. Okay, something that just kind of bothered me about the story after it started reverberating around the world. Well, in situations like these, you always have these parking lot militants, the people who are watching this, and they're saying, oh, how I wish I was there. Had I been there, I would have done this, I would have done that. But the majority of us, or you, I'm not going to say us, a majority of y'all really returned back to your jobs, still gumping, samboing. And in reality, most of y'all wouldn't have done a dadgum thing. Okay, we're going to keep it real like I always do. You wouldn't have done a dadgum thing. Okay? And really, I feel like there's been a false narrative, in a way, put out about this story. What you saw, what happened, is what happened. That part is not false. But how people are kind of taking it is kind of what bothers me. What we really neglect, or basically how it's been portrayed, has been a false narrative. But what we neglect to realize about this incident is that this was not a stranger, folks. This black man, he was a co-worker, a homeboy, family member, and a friend to the black folks on the boat. Okay? They knew this guy. He watched their kids, they watched his kids, they knew his mama, his daddy, Junebug. These folks know each other. This is a small town. Okay? They tried this in. This was not New York City. This is Montgomery, Alabama. People gonna they up in your business as it is. I've been there. Don't go get some. What's that in your bag? What you got? Where you going? How come you going there? What you gonna do when you get? They know each other. Okay, that intimacy with the victim is what lit a whole different type of fuse in those folks who were trapped on the boat, who had to watch from afar. Okay, they had been simmering on the boat for around 45 minutes, itching to get off and whoop some butt. Okay, they knew this guy. These are not just like some black folks, oh my God, a brother's in trouble. Let's go to his rescue. This is not the same thing. If you imagine, if you're walking home from school and some white guy starts jumping you, and your brother left school later than you, he sees you, he's going to jump in and help. And if somebody goes, oh wow, that was so nice of you to help that guy out, and they're like, oh no, that's my brother. Oh, I know y'all black folks say brothers, but no, really, I'm blood related. That is my brother. I know this guy. Like, oh, of course your brother's going to jump in and help you. Sorry, 1 second. Make sure my thing's working. Of course, you don't go, wow, I'm shocked that your brother actually helped you out. You're not surprised. If your fraternity brothers in a club, and black brothers, and they say there's a group of white fraternity frat brothers too in the club, and one of the black brothers goes to the bar, and while he's there, a white frat brother steps in a shoe, and he doesn't say sorry, and then calls him the N-word and then hits him. You're not going to be shocked and surprised if the black frat brothers rush over to help that one frat brother who got hit by the white fraternity guy. You're not going to go, wow, that was so nice. When the other black folks stand around there looking, that's what you expect. So now, next part is now something else we didn't realize is that there was a crap load of black folks, specifically males too, who were already on the dock doing what? Watching. Okay? Eating the pop. Mm-hmm. Get them. Yeah. Give them a left. Give them a right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, watching. I believe the only real person who probably didn't know the dock worker, Damien, the co-captain, the tall brother who was wearing the khaki shorts and a big black shirt with the yellow on it. He was really tall. He was the first on the scene. Actually, I could probably say maybe the 16-year-old teenager who was the co-worker, he might have been first in the scene. But as far as we knew, as the black person, that tall black dude, when the white folks saw him, they were like, okay, I'm out. I'm off of him. He was the first to see, and he helped by pulling the white guys off without any punches being thrown from either side. They saw that brother, and honey, he didn't have to say a darn thing. He would have to say, get off him. They said, okay. It was quick, right? The only other person who stepped in from the dock to intervene was the 16-year-old white boy who also was a co-worker of Damien, the co-captain. And he also got hit in the stomach. He tried to pull the white guy. You see this once, depending on how many videos you stop to watch. There's a video where he tries to stop the white guy, physically puts his hand, stop it, and the white guy goes, get off of me, like that. And the white boy's like, wow, he's probably never been hit before. He's 16 years old, depending on his family, but probably never been hit before. And it's like, wow. And he probably, I don't know what he was thinking, but maybe he was thinking, maybe this white man will listen to a white male, and I'm also an authority because I actually work here. Maybe he thought that aggressive white male would listen to him, and say, hey, well, I work here too. Please stop. And the guy's like, no, the aggressive white male had no more respect for the white 16-year-old than he had for the black male who was also the co-captain. He had no more respect. He didn't care. Okay? So I just want to reiterate that the black group that jumped off the boat first to go get their revenge was not the only nor the closest black folks in the vicinity. Okay? There were plenty of parking lot militants recording with their phones and shouting orders. Basically voyeurs. Yeah, get them, boy. That's right. Go ahead. Yeah, whoop their butt, right? And now, we don't know if these were all elderly black folks in the dock. Because there's supposed to be a group waiting to get on the boat. And there's also a whole other group on the boat waiting to get off. Okay? So, anyway, the only folks who were truly invested in the co-captain, the black man's welfare, was his peeps. His people on the boat. Plus the white 16-year-old teenager who was already in the dock, and the tall male who might have been the only one who was up there on the dock. So the dock goes up like 3 tiers. And you also see police in the back with handcuffs sticking out their shirt. And you're like, oh my gosh, there are 3 police officers at the very top looking down, watching, and they didn't move a muscle. You're like, boy, the videos, you have to watch more than one video. You just have to. There's so much information out there. But anyway, not everyone on the boat engaged in mortal combat. This was a select group of people who wanted to whoop somebody. This was not just random, black man in trouble, let me get in. No, these were certain folks, okay? I would have understood people standing around watching had this been a drug deal gone bad. Or if the co-captain had sold the white folks some bad fish that had them on the toilet for days, okay? Then you kind of say, well, he asked for that, if I was poop, I would have whooped his butt. No. Everyone in that vicinity, black or white, knew the older black man was on the job, that what he asked of the white folks was not too much to ask, and that he didn't deserve the response he got from those white folks. If there was ever a time for the white folks to show up and help out, it was the time when the white folks first jumped on the white guy. That was the time for, if there was any, but I think the white folks were like, I'm staying out of this. I don't know. They're like, I don't want to be associated with them white folks, whatever it was. But otherwise, there should have been a lot more quicker response to that black man than there was, as far as I'm concerned on that. How many of us were also taken aback when we finally saw how big the boat was? Okay, it wouldn't have mattered if it was a tugboat. If the pontoon was in its spot, then that's what it was. You're in my spot. I don't care if I'm in a Yugo, when you're in my spot. If I'm in a Miata, you're still in my spot. Move that long Cadillac out, you're still in my spot. But anyway, this is a 3-tiered boat. And when you first see the video, you just see one level of it. So when it zooms back and you see a bigger video, there's like 3 tiers of folks like, oh, wow, that's a humongous boat. Carrying around 225 passengers. And this racist, entitled white male sees this big old boat and refuses to move his little pontoon boat that was in their spot that they rented, right? So, and really what people don't realize is this white family and friends, whatever, they were really I think their whole thing was trying to teach. They saw all these black folks. Yeah, black folks on land, black folks out there. He wants to show all these blacks. That's just some guts to beat somebody up in front of a crowd like that. He's really trying to show black folks, this is what you get when you don't just say, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry to bother you, sir. He wants to teach all these black folks, don't question white people. Don't question me. Okay? I'm going to teach all y'all lessons so the rest of y'all know next time you don't tell me nothing. You don't question anything I say. But it didn't quite work out like that, did it? Okay. Anyway. Will this incident truly bring any kind of lifelong change to black folks? Or even white folks? Will it change white folks from doing that, or are we just spectators in the sport of videotaping these viral incidents? Are we just spectator sport? Was Black America really waiting around for someone to make the first move? Oh, thank you, Montgomery. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to enjoy this moment. I got my stickers coming. I got my T-shirt. I enjoyed it. I'm still enjoying it. It took me forever to come down off that bus. But I'm just saying, for everybody to be like, oh, thank you. No, all of us should have been doing this stuff. Okay? All of us should be doing this every day. Everyday incidents like whether it's microaggression or just outright aggression and discrimination and racism happens to people of plenty of us people of color. And are we speaking up? Are we saying we're waiting? Are you going to do something? Yes? No? Oh, okay. No. When you see wrong, you should speak up right away. We should not be waiting for somebody, oh, now let's come. No, we need to be on our crap every day. Okay? Anyway, folks, don't expect the cavalry to show up when it's you in the hot spot. Because you're going to be standing there saying, where my boys at? You're going to be standing there like Chris Rock. When nobody came to the stage and said, Chris, are you okay? When he got hit by Will, are you okay, Chris? You're going to be standing, unless your boys might show up later and say, which way did he go? Okay, we'll get him, man. Otherwise, don't count on it. These were this man's friends and family. Of course they're going to help. They're not going to sit there videotaping. Yes, they're going to help. Okay? So, basically in conclusion, in our eyes, the co-captain was just asking this white man to move his boat. No big deal, right? He's just asking the white guy, please move your boat. But in the white man's eyes, we're asking him to submit to who? Black man? I'm sorry, my thing's falling. Hold on, I'm almost finished. We're asking him, it's going to try to follow me. 1 second, there we go. We're asking him to submit to a black man, a large group of black people on land and sea. And last but not least, Harriet friggin' Tubman? Oh, hell no. We should, all right? That's when the white man said, over my dead body and my ancestors' body, and it just wasn't going to happen. Which, that almost came to fruition, though. It could have been over his dead body. We're glad it wasn't over anybody's dead body, that actually everybody walked away. So, but when they walked away, they might have been singing, oh, Susanna, should have kept my butt in bed, for I come from Alabama with a white chair on my head. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.